saw people with arms being chopped off, they were cut off by the splinters and things like that. It was scary. I was quite young then. Everything went well with the family of mother, father, and 5 children. It was a happy family. At that time, I was just about 8 years old. There was a group of Japanese who would come in a truck, and they were, I think, the privates, just the soldiers. They came, they looked for women, they asked people to line up in a row, and there was one Taiwanese person who was the interpreter. He would be interpreting what they say, and usually he would cover himself with a mask. Not a real mask that you have done. It was just a paper with 2 holes, and then he would just put it over his head, and he would walk through the row. We were all asked, especially the young people, men or boys, but people were also clever. When they heard the Japanese were coming up from the bottom of the hill, the jaga would blow his whistle. Up on the hill, all the young people would run further up the hill and hide among the graves and the ladans. So there were only some left with the younger lot. If you were from a Chinese school during the time, it was very, very high risk because they look for Chinese educated people. If you are Chinese educated people, you are suspected to be pro the Chinese President Chiang Kai-shek. And the Japanese during that period was very anti-Chiang Kai-shek. If you are from Chiang Kai-shek, your head is chopped off. So a lot of people were asked to line up in a row. And the interpreter would walk from one person to another, had a good look through his mask. And if he just walked through, you are safe. If he walked through and supposed to stop in front of you and shake his head, you are taken off. Once you are taken off, you are driven off, no one sees you again. Don't know what happened. So the presumption was they were either beheaded or whatever. There are the good and the bad. There was one Japanese soldier. I happened to be the officer. He came with a Taiwanese interpreter, and when he saw me, I was only 8 years old, remember? And he just liked me. And he would ask me to sit on his lap. We gave him a chair. Of course, you dare not, do anything to displease them. So when he pointed to me to go to him, my mother had to let me go to him, So he pointed to sit on his lap. So I had to sit on his lap. There was no choice. Then he asked the interpreter to tell not to be scared of him. He said he had a sister who looked exactly like me. When he looked at me, it reminded him of his sister. So my mother felt quite sad for him, he was parted from his sister. And then he began to tell through the interpreter that his father was a dentist. His father was a dentist, and he had to come out because he had been a soldier. One day, he told my mom he wanted to take a photograph with me. My mom said, cannot. Then he said, but why cannot? It's just a photograph. She spoke through the interpreter. And then my mom said, our ancestral house has all my clothes. We came, all of a sudden we ran away to come here. There were no nice clothes to take a photograph with. Then he said, where did you all stay? So my mother said, oh, our big ancestral house in town near the clock tower, which is still standing today in Penang. And he said, oh, that was the place I sealed. He sealed the house, so that he wrote the words there. Nobody dared to open it, you see. He told the interpreter to tell us, don't be afraid. Tomorrow, you go down and get your clothes. So when the clothes came, we really took a photograph. I sat on his lap, he took a photograph, and he gave me a copy. But I don't have the copy today. Because the thing was, when the British were coming back, taking over the country again, Nellie, who is our sister, was staying with us like our sister, our cousin. And then she was the one who went to burn the photo. I said, don't keep, in case the British come back, see you with the Japanese, taking photograph with the Japanese, they will catch you or something, So she burned the photo. So there's no photo or evidence left of him or anything. And each time he came, the first thing he did was, he would bring chocolates and sweets from Vitaways, the best quality. And then, in a kampong where you live, when there's something on, there's always a crowd, all the neighboring children, small children, young children, all came around. And he was kind enough to take a handful of each to pass to every child who were there. They all were very happy because when he came, they had sweets to eat. And the remainder tin, half tin or quarter tin or three-quarter tin, that was for me. I had enough sweets in those days, And he would bring chocolates, some for them and more for me. Always there's more for me. And then the next day he left. He left the country, Penang. He left. And he asked somebody, he got ready a present for me. And he told the soldier to come and give it to me at my ancestral place. So I had the dog. And the Japanese managed to convey the message that he left the ship. And later on we heard that very ship was bombed. So I think he died now. I don't regret it, actually. That was a good experience. That was real life.